The morning of January 11th, 1944, was bitterly cold over the German skies. Captain James Howell Howard of the United States Army Air Force's 354th Fighter Group soared high in his P-51 Mustang. The silvery plane glinted against the pale sunlight as it accompanied a formation of B-17 flying fortresses, their mission to bomb vital industrial targets deep within Nazi Germany. Howard's voice crackled over the radio.
This is Duke. Formation looks solid. Let's keep an eye out for any bandits.
A response came swiftly.
Roger that, Duke.
At 25,000 feet, the P-51s flew alongside the flying fortresses, their engines humming steadily. Below them, a vast expanse of German countryside stretched out, blanketed in snow. The bombers lumbered forward in tight formation, carrying their deadly cargo. Inside his cockpit, Howard kept scanning the skies, his sharp eyes darting between the formation and the distant horizon. Suddenly, a shout erupted over the radio.
Bandits inbound. Multiple contacts, 6 o'clock high.
Howard snapped his head around and saw them a swarm of German Focke-Wulf 190s, their sleek profiles slicing through the air as they descended rapidly toward the bombers. Howard pushed the throttle forward, feeling the Mustang surge as its powerful engine roared to life.
Let's go, boys. Break and engage,
he commanded. The P-51s peeled off to intercept the attackers. Howard lined up the first few 190 in his sights and fired. His 6.50 caliber machine guns thundered, sending a hail of bullets that tore into the enemy fighter. The few 190 burst into flames, spiraling downward. But the Germans were relentless. More FW-190s swarmed in, their guns blazing. Howard saw tracers whip past his canopy, and alarms blared as a burst of fire raked across his wing. As he yanked the stick hard to evade, a tracer round pierced the glass canopy, grazing his shoulder. He flinched as blood soaked his flight jacket, but his grip on the controls tightened.
No time to think. Just fly,
he muttered through gritted teeth, diving back into the fray. As Howard climbed for altitude, he noticed something chilling. The P-51 escorts were scattered, outnumbered, and overwhelmed. The B-17s were now vulnerable. A German fighter dove toward a bomber, its guns lighting up the sky. Howard's heart pounded. If the bombers fell, the mission would fail.
Duke, pull back.
Someone called over the radio, but Howard made his choice.
Negative. Those fortresses need cover,
he barked. Ignoring his own peril, he dove back into the chaos. Howard's Mustang screamed downward, closing in on a cluster of W-190s attacking the bombers. He unleashed another burst, shredding one fighter and forcing another to break off. He turned sharply, engaging two more. Tracers lit up the sky as Howard weaved through the enemy formation, dodging fire while landing his own hits. For over 30 minutes, Howard fought alone, defending the bombers against wave after wave of German fighters. His Mustang, scarred and smoking, defied all odds. His ammunition ran dangerously low, and his engine sputtered under the strain, but he refused to retreat. Finally, the German attacks began to wane. Howard's Mustang limped through the sky, riddled with bullet holes. Below, the bombers continued their course, having sustained damage but avoiding complete destruction. Howard's breathing was ragged as he scanned the horizon. The enemy was gone.
Duke, you still there?
A voice called through the radio.
Roger.
Howard replied hoarsely.
Mission accomplished. Let's get home.
Howard guided his battered Mustang back to base. As he landed, ground crew rushed to inspect the damage.
Captain, this plane looks like Swiss cheese.
One mechanic exclaimed. Howard simply climbed out of the cockpit, his face smudged with oil and sweat, and gave a weary smile.
It held firm when it mattered most.
The mission success was a testament to Howard's bravery and skill. For his actions that day, he was awarded the Medal of Honor, the only fighter pilot in the European theater to receive it. Howard's story became a legend, a shining example of courage and determination in the face of overwhelming odds. The skies over Germany bore witness to countless acts of valor, but January 11th, 1944, stood out as a day when one man's resolve made all the difference. Captain James H. Howard's lone defense of the bombers remains an enduring tale of heroism from World War II.